Hardcore Wrestling Radio. In HWR, we may not drop a lot of pipe bombs, but we sure as hell drop a lot of F-bombs. So don't say you weren't warned. Hey everybody, I'm the Shining Star Rick Star, and this is another edition of Hardcore Wrestling Radio. We just got through watching that Payback pay-per-view, and you know what? I have to say, it was a hell of a lot better than that last pay-per-view that WWE had, Extreme Rules, or Extreme Ripoff as we call it. But before we get to that, I want to introduce a few guys. First, he's my sidekick. He's the son of a bitch, Andy, over from Stoke Haunted. Andy, welcome to Hardcore Wrestling Radio.
Thank you very much for having me, and hello, guys.
And then, of course, we have James. James, welcome to Hardcore Wrestling Radio. James?
I'm sorry, I'm on a call right quick, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
good.
He's on a call right now.
He's on a call now to TNA, they poaching him.
And then we also have the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, welcome to Hardcore Wrestling Radio.
Thanks. I'm just being audience in this one. So.
Well, and over on the West Coast, he's the Bay Area MVP, known as Will. Bay, welcome to Hardcore Wrestling Radio.
No Vicky, no cheeseburgers. This is an okay pay-per-view.
And then from the Rockin' Waves, he's the Chris Master. Chris, welcome to HWR.
Thanks for having me, and boy, was that audience more effed up than the Monday after WrestleMania.
Well, let's get to that, and we're going to start off with the kickoff match, which was Sheamus and Damien Sandow. That I was hoping that Damien Sandow would have at least gotten this win or some kind of a DQ, but it didn't happen. Sheamus, of course, got another clean win. Guys, your thoughts?
I didn't see it, but it didn't sound like I missed a great deal, so that's all I can say.
It was pretty interesting. It showed really more of Damien Sandow's more aggressive side, but at the end it's Sheamus with the bro kick out of nowhere to win. Yeah.
Your overall score?
Pre-show, I'll give pre-show the kickoff match. I give it 3 out of 5. It's decent.
All right. Well, then we finally got on to the actual main event, which was Curtis Axel, Wade Barrett, and then The Miz for the Intercontinental title. This was I have to give the devil his due. This was a really great match. I was not seeing him as winning the title. I just wanted to see him just see what he could actually perform in the ring. He did perform for a while. I mean, at first, being the heel that he was staying outside the ring and just, of course, that's more Paul Heyman saying stay out, let them do the work. But he was doing some, a lot of, good work. He does have a tremendous drop kick. He was doing a lot of his other, little bit of work. I gave him a little bit more respect, and let me use that word, little bit more respect. Bay, your thoughts?
Okay, I thought I was going through audio interference. Oh, man. Where do I begin in this one? Where do even I begin? Sorry, the laughter's getting to me. Well, that triple threat match, I really thought that The Miz was going to win this one. It was clear cut, all 3 men were doing their thing. But look at the outcome of how it was won. Miz clearly had Barrett in the figure 4. Looked like Barrett was going to tap, but Axel had the perfect opportunity to pin him while his shoulders were down. And Miz what was he doing? Just kicking back? Did anybody get that?
I certainly didn't. I was trying to figure it out. You know what? I think what had happened is, Vince must have told Miz, listen, you better lay down for him. And that's exactly pretty much what he did. But despite of who won, because, as both, I think everybody knows that me and Bay are not really big fans of, the fluke, as we like to call him. I don't think he's ready for the title. Andy, what do you think? Do you think he's ready to win this title?
No, not at all. I think it makes a farce of giving him a title, to be honest. I don't think he's anywhere near close.
Lance, I know you didn't see the title. I know you didn't see the actual match, but what are your thoughts, just hearing about what happened?
Yet another way to cheapen the IC title.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, Like I said, the quality of the match was really great. It's just the outcome of the match, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I don't think he's ready for it. I'll still give it a 3 out of 5.
Hey, can I just say something about this match?
Sure, absolutely.
Let me just say, too early, too soon. He's going to join Jack Swagger soon.
Bay, do you have how would you rate this match?
I'm still a little bit flabbergasted about how he won, but I will rank this match, overall match, 3 out of 5. Still think that Curtis Axel should not have won the belt, but I guess everybody's high on Curtis Axel, so 3 out of 5 for mine.
I'll have to give you there. And then, of course, the next match was the AJ Lee versus Caitlyn, and that was for the Divas title. And I'm going to kick it over to James. James, this is yours.
This was actually a decent match. I mean, you don't see really much of WWE Divas really having a good quality matches nowadays, in WWE. And this was actually a good long match. Usually matches for the Divas were like 2-3 minutes. This was kind of like a good, 10 minutes. And it's like was back and forth. There was times where AJ dominated. There was times Caitlyn dominated. And then this was like towards the ending. It's like AJ had Caitlyn in the Black Widow. Then Caitlyn reversed the Black Widow and then hit the spear. Right before she decided to do the cover, she did what AJ do and blew a kiss at her, which I think cost her. And then AJ pushed Caitlyn out of the way, got in the corner. Caitlyn comes in for another spear, hits the middle turnbuckle with AJ hanging on the top turnbuckle, relaxing in a way. AJ does the Black Widow again submission, and then Caitlyn tried to get out of that one but couldn't, and she hesitated for a little bit, then she just tapped. So your winner and new WWE Divas Champion, AJ Lee.
Your score for the match?
I give this a 4 out of 5. I think this as I say, this is a good quality match. There's even points I guess WWE did take notes from TNA, even though it's not more extreme in a way, like how they did TNA did Slammiversary, but this was actually a good match. Actually.
Yeah, it was. Now, there was something, if you noticed, though we talked about this on last Wednesday, which Andy pointed out about how Caitlyn was gang raped. I said that it was 15, Andy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, when she was 15.
You know what? And I'm going to tell you, and I brought this up to Billy, I think that did not actually happen. I think she deliberately point that in to an interview and just kind of, added that, because if you think about it, what happened? I mean, she's been very, very upset, and she's been, if you watch her on SmackDown and even, on Raw, she's been attacking, the referee and stuff. I think she added that in. I think WWE came before her and said, listen, we're going to do the storyline. We want you to go to an interview, and we want you to see that, filter that in. What do you think about that, Andy?
I think it's a bit sick if they had, because in 10 or 15 years' time, people may pick up on the thing, not realising it's a storyline. If it is a storyline, I don't think it is. And I don't know. I think it's stuff like that you shouldn't joke about. You don't joke about rape or it's no. If it's a film. If it's a television series, yeah, but in wrestling, it's supposed to be real. We're supposed to be naive enough to believe that it's real. So,
but the thing about this is that, as I said, a lot of people don't know about this. Is that the question is it true or not? How many times she said it in an interview, And I think it's what it is. What Andy just said. You can't joke about stuff like this.
Well, you know what? I think I agree with you, but I also have to disagree with you, because I think the WWE plays on the internet, and I think the WWE is saying, okay, fine, they want to play on the internet. Well, let's give them something to feed off of. And I think that's what they did. And
I mean, they've done it with Jerry Lawler and stuff, haven't they? And
exactly. So why not? Why not this?
I mean, we all thought that Jerry Lawler line when they were taking the rip out of him having a heart attack was a bit sick, and to the point where I've seen a lot of wrestling fans still think it wasn't real. Jerry Lawler didn't have an heart attack. It was still a work.
No, he very much did, but they have no problem.
I believe he did, but I think a lot of people are on the fence whether it was real or not, the way the WWE portrayed it.
And also, I'd like to side note, the referee for this Divas title match was the same referee that was slapped by Caitlyn. Just saying.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get back on track here to the pay-per-view. And of course now we had the United States title, which was Dean Ambrose taking on Kane for that title. Bay Area, over to you.
All right, the U.S. title. Well, I can say that was one of the better matches in tonight's pay-per-view. I mean, Ambrose and Kane back and forth. You know, fans were into it. You know, until the final 3 minutes of the match, to where Ambrose slapped Kane and kind of taunted him a little bit, and Kane was like, "Oh, okay, you want to play this way? I can do it too." So he slapped him back. You know, the ref did the countdown, and right about till 5, Ambrose did a DDT on the mat, and Kane's all wobbly. He got back in by the count of 8. So I really don't want to call this a cheap win, even though it was better in the ring, but I would have to give this a 3 out of 5. I wish I would have seen a little bit more physicality in this match, but Ambrose just got by and still retains the U.S. title.
Andy, let me ask you something. Do you think they should have